going down on the People Station V103, the ATL's #1 fit poppin' R&B, big tig, big things, nothing bigger than the homie Russ in the building. What up, though?
What's going on?
You good?
Can't complain.
Shaking the snow globe?
Yeah.
And the globe?
The last time I saw you was at the BT, the Hip Hop Awards. When was this? 3 years ago?
On the
2016?
carpet?
17. I rapped in that, like, remember that room?
The Insta booth.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Insta booth. You shut that down, too.
Yeah, I don't even know why. I was just like, wait, are they rapping in there? Let me go there.
What's happening?
Living the dream. Can't complain.
So I was doing my homework, and it dawned on me, this is your 14th album?
Yes, technically.
Technically. 14th album,
Right.
third under Columbia.
Yeah.
But you dropped 11 albums
Yeah.
in a 3-year period on SoundCloud.
Not on SoundCloud. So I dropped 11 albums, in a 3-year period, and then I got a SoundCloud and dropped like 96 songs.
You were dropping a song a week.
Correct.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What kind of creative process goes into making a song a week?
Well, it was just loading up. So like stacking up 20 to 30 songs first. And then, so I wasn't like making one, dropping one, making one, dropping one. Yeah.
So you've been long since been recognized as the underdog who came up, made my own way. I did it my way.
Right.
And now you're here. What does it feel like to be here?
It feels good because I feel like people are starting to kind of pay attention more.
Right.
More and more people are starting to pay attention. So it's dope. I'm trying to just, I'm here for the long haul.
The long haul.
Yeah, like
representing ATL and Jersey and
right
all over the place.
Right.
Lots of people don't know you're from Atlanta.
Right. Yeah. Well, I think it's because sonically I don't match the sound.
Okay.
Per se.
Which is okay.
Yeah.
How's it been? Like you've always had your own fan base, your own clique, your own movement, so to speak.
Yeah.
But as you're expanding now, when Billboard takes over, they'll go, oh, who's this guy?
Right.
How's that process been for you, becoming, the awareness growing?
It's dope because I feel like I've always said that it comes down to like ability and visibility. So it's like I always felt like I had high ability,
right,
and maybe just not high visibility. So there's a lot of people who have low ability and like tons of visibility.
There are.
Yeah. So it's like I'm just trying to get the scales to tip. You feel me? Because I feel like the ability's been there, and now I'm just trying to show people. So.
Talk to the homie Russ, who's in town doing his thing. Got the brand new album that's been out for about a month or two now. Shake the Snow Globe, going on tour.
Yeah,
the Shake the Globe tour.
Correct.
You don't make it to Atlanta to June. Why are we waiting so long? What's the problem?
You know what? Because it was. Did I want to do it first or last? And I was like, nah, I want to end it.
Okay, you're ending in Atlanta.
Yeah, it's the last show.
I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that at all.
Yeah.
Y'all don't go too far. Introduce the song that has all the ladies wanting to touch down in Van Nuys and all of that.
Yeah, this is the biggest smash in the world right now. It's Best on Earth with Bia.
That's Russ, Best on Earth, right here on the People Station V103, the ATL's #1 for hip hop and R&B. Definitely brought back the old what it is. Hope.
Yeah.
Brought back the old classic, the squeak bed.
Yeah.
Appropriate for Atlanta, most definitely.
Right.
What was it like growing up for you?
It was cool. We moved around a lot at weird times, and then we ended up in Atlanta when I was like 12. So I always kind of kept to myself because, I was super social, but like, when we moved here when I was in 8th grade.
Okay.
So then like going into high school, everyone's had their friends and shit like that. You
right.
know what I mean? So it's like I was cool with people, but it was like we're cool in school. It was like, you know what I mean? Like those friends that you only have in school. But, one of my best friends, Boogies, who I met in 8th grade, we kind of started this whole diamond thing and the music thing. So, but yeah, I was just doing my own thing, making beats on the low. No one really knew. I was going through high school.
14?
Yeah, so I was playing basketball in high school and just making beats on the low, sneaking into like the band room and banging on the keyboards. And
so were you like the cool Italian kid, or you were just the Italian kid?
I don't know. I was cool with everyone. I was like cool with everyone, but not really that cool. I don't know. Like I was just kind of
fluid. Like you could hang out with that group.
I didn't have
that group.
Yeah, because I didn't know anyone that well, so I wasn't like clicked up like that. I was just, I was cool with everyone.
Has your ethnicity ever been a hurdle or a blessing?
Both, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, being white is.
Are you white?
Like people, I just feel like if you complain about being a white male in America, you sound nuts.
Right.
So I can never do that, but it's helped with global appeal for sure because I think that at the end of the day, for me to go to Belgium and do 12,000 people, it's part of it is because maybe they see themselves a little bit when they see me. But at the same time, you know, breaking into the hip hop space and the culture, it's, you know, that's just, I got to work harder because I got to prove myself, which I'm down to do. So, and it's understandable.
A lot of expectations?
I got a lot of expectations for myself.
What's your highest expectation for yourself?
Whatever the category is, number one. You know, like most singles sold, most albums sold.
Oh, you want all of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just don't like, I never do anything to be like number two. It's just was never like the wave for me at all.
So saying that, are the accolades important, the Grammys?
Yeah. What?
You need those? You need Grammy Award winning?
My ego needs that for sure. My ego needs the Grammy Award.
It needs that.
Yeah, for sure. At least one. At least one.
Just one. You'd be good with one.
I don't know. I might, because after I get one and I know I can get one,
you want to get another
then I'm
one.
gonna be like, wait a second.
Another one. My man Russ is here. Y'all don't go too far. We're gonna come back and play some another song off the album. I've been enjoying your album, I must say.
Thank you.
And not because you just said I'm in the basement to start it. I was excited about that. But
that's still like the best segment
I
ever.
appreciate you.
Ever.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Listen, we live right here on V103. Y'all don't go too far. Big Tigger Russ back with more next on V103. Yes, sir. It's the People Station V103, the ATL's number one for hip hop and R&B. Hanging out with the ATL's own Russ. Shake the Snow Globe, available on all platforms. If you're running late and you need to download it, stream it, buy it for your auntie, uncle, cousin, all that.
Yes.
That's how we roll around here. I did not know, Russ, that there is this huge misconception or misunderstanding with your confidence.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, there is.
Explain, why is there this disconnect apparently that some people just don't like Russ?
Yeah, I don't know. I just think that it's like, it's annoying when someone is in your face and confident and winning, you know. The winning doesn't help with me.
Okay.
If I was losing, no one would care what I'm talking about.
No one cares.
For real, it's like, you got to think, like, we live in a really bizarre society where when you're losing and you're the underdog, everyone is just like, we want you to win. And then as soon as you win, everyone's like, relax. You know, and it's like, well, wait a second, I thought this is what you wanted though. So, I don't know, but like, I have a great fan base who rise for me, and I feel like I'm really impacting how people think, you know, and I think that that's the most legendary thing to do, is impact people's like train of thought and their belief system. So
when you say impacting the way people think, there's some people who try to call you on your conflicting viewpoints as far as it relates to Xannies, etc., and drug use. Like on one hand, you're like, yo, I just did this, but yo, y'all shouldn't do that.
Right. What did I say? I did what?
I think like it was like I think you had a shirt on that said how many
Xans and lean. Right. Do you have to do before you realize you're a fucking loser?
Right. But then there was
I had that same reaction. I think it's funny.
Some tweet or something that you were like, oh, last night I was wasted or whatever.
Oh yeah, they tried to pull up tweets of me saying super high in New York City. It's like weed. Weed.
That's your chosen vice.
Like, are y'all really trying to sit here and compare weed to Xanax and lean?
But then again, you know, people look for stuff like you say just to drag a point. But if you're saying,
but that's what people do. Right. You know, at the end of the day, like when you're fully guilty and in the wrong or something, you're gonna deflect and be like, yeah, I know we're doing pills and lean, but like, what about the weed though? It's like, no, bro, no, it doesn't work.
It's not the same
at all.
Not the same. Shake the Snow Globe is available right now. This next song is probably going to be the next song.
Yeah,
I like the song.
Thank you.
So introduce the song.
I'm just glad that this song exists in 2020.
Amen.
This is, to me, is just classic rap. This is Guess What with Rick Ross.
The homie Russ with Rick Ross right here on the People Station V103, the ATL's number one for hip hop and R&B. That off that Shake the Snow Globe album, available everywhere right now. Again, the tour is coming to Atlanta. He's wrapping up the tour at the crib.
Yes.
Lots of people put out albums these days, lean on a lot of other people. You had Ross on this one, but not a whole lot of guest appearances.
Yeah, I don't do a lot of features on albums, only because it's still, the cohesive body of work is still important to me. Mm-hmm. Even though I know we're living in a very like where the playlists are albums, you know, like no one really, you listen to an album, but you just take your favorite songs from it and put it in your day-to-day playlist, and that's what people do. But I still care about it playing from top to bottom, so you know, I like to tell my story, and I always have something to say on an album. So unless you kind of work with that narrative, then it's not gonna work. You know, I have a lot of songs with features just sitting on my computer that I'm gonna put out, but they just didn't work for the album.
For this particular project.
Yeah.
For people who are just getting acclimated with you, you know, there's always people you're growing, you're expanding.
Sure.
Tell us all something about Russ we don't know.
That I'm actually not that much of a dickhead. I'm like kind of a dickhead, but it's like not that bad.
I don't even want to say that out loud.
Yeah, it's like kind of, but not that bad.
What is the hardest thing about being Russ?
Probably the misunderstanding of a lot of things. But I've always said I don't know if I'm a nice person, but I think I'm a super kind person. Okay. And I think there's a big difference. I think niceness a lot of times is fake, and it's to appease, you know, like, oh yeah, they were nice, even if they have like a problem with you. And it's like, I get that, to be cordial and everything, but I don't know. I've always been kind though. Like I do kind things. I think kindness is like an action. Amen. You know? So I don't know. I think a lot of people think I'm just like this terrible person because I told people to stop doing drugs and to like
how dare you?
And to like own your shit and stop giving money to designers that don't like black people. But like whatever.
How about that?
Yeah, take it up with your mirror.
My man Russ is here. And last but not least, we talked about potential accolades and what it means to you. When it's all said and done, whenever that is.
Yeah.
How does Russ want to be remembered?
I want to leave behind a mentality. I think my favorite people did that for me, like Nipsey's and Kobe's. They left behind mentalities. And that's why I wrote the book that I did, It's All in Your Head, which is basically just like my belief system. But I think when you leave behind a mentality, you transcend your body and you transcend the songs, because I'm giving y'all a way to live. You know, it's not just like, what do you do to really honor some of these artists if they were to just pass away tomorrow? What would you do? You know, buy a chain and do drugs? No, you got to think about a lot of these artists. Like, what would you do to honor them? What is their legacy? Right. And it's not a lot of, you know, there's not a lot of applicable things you could do for your life. But, you know, you look at someone like Nipsey or Kobe, where it's the marathon and it's the long game, and Kobe, it's, you know, Mamba mentality and locking in and going hard. It's, you know, I'd like to think that mine is self-belief and, you know, doing it yourself if you don't have any other options, and, you know, law of attraction, just everything I wrote in the book. But I just think leaving behind a mentality is the truth.
Big way.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at that. Well, good to see you, bro.
You too.
My man Russ is in the building. Make sure you go get that Shake the Snow Globe if you haven't already gotten it, downloaded, loved it, and went to sleep to it.
Right.
Hey, man, fall asleep listening to it.
I'm not mad at that.
All of that.
You know, that's what they do now, right? To like drive up people's streams. It's insane.
Just leave it on.
It's crazy. It's crazy what some of these labels are doing.
And then make sure you check them out June 26th.
Yeah, June 26th.
When the Shake the Globe tour reaches here in the ATL. Good to see you, bro. I really appreciate your music and your artwork. Keep doing you, bro.
And listen, the Rhapsody in the Basement is still the greatest segment ever, because you know why? Why? It made people rap. Yeah. And if you weren't on there, it's almost like, can you rap? Why are you not on there? You feel me? And I just think that a segment like that is important because it weeds out who can't really.
Shows the differences.
Yeah, that's all. Exactly. It's beautiful. It's
My man Russ hanging out with Big Tig. I'll be back with more. Don't go nowhere. It's all next on V103.